Number 14. The function f is defined by f of x equals x minus 6 times x minus 2 times x plus 6. In the xy plane, the graph of y equals g of x is the result of translating the graph of y equals f of x up 4 units. What is the value of g of 0? There's two ways you can do this. The first way kind of counts on your knowledge of translating and what it does to things. Here's the basic summary. There's a lot of details that you can get, but this is the basic, the big stuff that you get tested on the SAT a lot. If I started with a function that was just say y equals, or f of x equals, let's put it as f of x equals x squared. That's going to be a parabola that looks, wow, that was awful. Let's try that. Kind of, sort of, something like this. If I wanted to translate this up by 4, what you do is you add 4 to the outside of that thing that the x is attached to, like that x squared in this case. You're adding an x4 to the outside. That's going to move it up 4. If I wanted to go down 4, it's going to send it down. And when we say send it down, let me get rid of this. So I'm going to get rid of that arrow. There we go. When I say send it down, I'm talking about using the vertex as a reference point. It's sending all the points down. But the easiest is just to see where that vertex is moving to in the xy plane. So if I'm wanting to send the vertex and then by extension the whole parabola down 4, it's going to be minus 4. So it's exactly the same direct. If you're wanting to move it left and right, then that goes inside, not outside. So it becomes on the inside with this. And it's going to be the opposite. So if I wanted to move it to the left 4, that's toward the negative 4, I need to add 4 on the inside. If I wanted to move it to the right 2, towards the positive 2, I need to subtract 2 on the inside. That's the up, down, left, right. If I wanted to change how wide or narrow this was, then I would put numbers by it. If I put a number greater than 1, it's going to make it more narrow. If I put a number less than 1, but still positive, it's going to make it more wide. If I put a negative number out in front, it's going to flip it. Those are the big ones that you're going to see a lot. And you can combine these together. So if I had negative x plus 2 squared minus 3, that means first it's going to flip it upside down. There's my negative. This part, the positive 2, means it's going to move towards the negative to the left. So it's going to move over 2, 1, 2. This minus 3 means it's going to move down 1, 2, 3. So that is what that new one would look like. This works with functions. You can do this sort of thing. I'm telling you all this because this comes up a lot. They love things with translating. So that is good knowledge to have. It will serve you well on SAT problems. So here I have this initial x minus 6 times x minus 2 times x plus 6. Now, if I multiplied all these together, I'm not going to, but if I did, I'm going to get x cubed, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to put that as a combined x cubed. So if I wanted to translate this up 4 units, x and y up and down, you add to the outside. So I'm going to say plus 4. So all of this together, plus 4, it's going to move it up 4 units. So it's saying, what is the value of g of 0? So what you can do is, g of 0 is saying, and I'm going to read this one more time just to make sure we're all on the same page, because I know I've thrown a lot of information at you, but really, please remember all that stuff I told you about the translating. That's really good stuff to add to your notes to learn. It comes up again and again with these, because that's the goal with this, right? We want you to be prepared for the SAT, not just prepared for this problem, because this problem ain't going to be on there. You know what I'm saying? But the principles will be. So here in the xy plane, the graph of y equals g of x is the result of translating the graph of y equals f of x, which is this, up 4 units. So this down here is my representation, my quick representation of g of x, and this up here is f of x. So g of x. What is the value of g of 0? If I plug 0 into this, what am I going to get? And this is, again, all this represents this up here plus 4. So what I can do is I can put 0 wherever there's an x here, do this math, and then add 4, and I'll get my answer. So let's do that. First, I have 0 minus 6. Then I have 0 minus 2. Then I have 0 plus 6. 0 minus 6 is negative 6. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. 0 plus 6 is positive 6. And you can multiply these in any order you like. So negative 6 times negative 2 is positive 12. Positive 12 times 6 is positive 72. So I have 72 plus 4. That equals 76. 76 is my answer. Another way you can do this is by graphing. Now, here is, I put this into Desmos, and this is a really very tall extreme graph. So as you can see, I have really changed the proportions here. Here you see this represents 10 and this represents 50. That's just so you can see it. When you first put it in, it's going to look something like, it's going to be very like that. You really have to kind of zoom in and change the ratio, the proportions there to see it. But what you are looking for, because when it says moved up 4 units, what is the value of g of 0? So, okay, if this whole thing was moved up 4, that means every point is moved up 4. This point goes up 4. This point goes up 4. Every single point here is going to go up 4, and that gives me my new g of x. So g of 0 is if I put in 0 for x, what is my value there? So let's zoom in, and I took a second screenshot of when I really zoomed in, and I got this, that when x is 0 in my original f of x, the result is 72. And again, g of x, every point goes up by 4. So if this were to go up by 4, I would be 0.76, and that 76 is what we want. The output. If I plug 0 in for x, what do I get? I get 76. So you can do this either way. You can do it by the math of going, oh, I'm going to put 0 in for each of these 3 and then add 4, or you can graph it. Just be very clear that you understand what's happening when we say translate it up 4 units, what happens to that function, and you'll get the right answer either way of 76. Hey guys, if this was helpful or useful in any way, please let YouTube know so I can keep helping you and others like you. Comment, like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. Also, if you're interested in practical or fun math-related items like this math clock or this hopefully humorous t-shirt, click on the links down below to check out my Spreadshop and Etsy stores. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a great day. See you later. Bye.